So this is a beginner tutorial of the stand in the key of G. I've simplified it as best I can to really split it into three styles of playing within the song. The beginning of the song is really just soft. In fact, you could really just not play for verses or just play really softly. The original key, I believe, is an A. So really you can move everything up 2 frets if you want, but my church, we play it in G typically. So simple chord progression, eternity in your hands, sin weight upon your soul now to stand. Very simple. The fun part is the so what can I say part, the pre-chorus. So it's that bit. So what you'll do first, and I'll play it in full with the recording in a second, but I want to show you what I'm doing here. So if you're holding the pick, I recommend find a way to hold it like this and just use your thumb and maybe your middle finger and play your G string and your E string together at the same time. And then hammer on with your middle finger on the 2nd fret on that G string. And then right after that, match the same fret with your ring finger on the 2nd fret on the E string. And so it's going to sound at first like this. And then the next step, similar climb, but instead of using your ring finger, bring your index finger in instead. So this guy. So that'll be the 3rd fret. So it sounds like this now. And fit that slide in there. Don't make it about the slide, but just make it kind of subtle. And then the last step of this section is to go back to the. So the whole thing is. Do that 2 times, except this 2nd time you'll do this. So really in a pre-chorus you will end up playing it 4 times, 2 of each. One so back to the verse. So that's the second part, and the one that's kind of fun and interesting. And when you start bringing the energy is the beginning of the chorus, or the bridge, or whatever you want to call it, the high point of the song. So I'll stand. You'll find the 8th fret, and I would recommend actually playing it with your pinky finger on the 8th fret, and then and as well as on the B string, we're going to play both of those. So the full thing sounds like this. So I'll stand with arms high and heart bending. So it's the same thing over again, but you maybe just increase intensity if you want, if you have a way to do that with your hand or with the drive pedal. So the starting point is what I just showed you, the pinky on the 8th fret and the ring finger on the 8th fret as well on the B string. And then the next spot, lift off your pinky finger and instead play your middle finger on the 7th fret of the E string. So, and then to the 5th fret with your index finger, and then back to the 7th, and then at the top. So actually, if I had a little bit more push, like if I added a pedal or just did this. So very simple. So that's really the whole song. And yeah, just play it over those parts. So what can I say? And then if you really want to bring the volume, which I would probably recommend eventually for the biggest part of the so I'll stand parts, is to switch to chords. I'll stand all time have it. That's I'll stand.